Kind of searching for an institution who could help me through the process and where I could learn German. And that is where I came across Mañana. Yeah, let me just tell you, learning the language is the easy part when you're going to Germany. The application process, the visa process is a big headache. Ma'am and sir gave me a lot of contacts who were already in Germany, studying in a related field, having gone through the same process as me.
Hello and welcome to the Mañana podcast. Today we have one of our most scholar students, Mr. Dhruv Vithlani. Hallo Dhruv, willkommen zu unserem Podcast. Stellen Sie sich vor, bitte.
Ich heiße Dhruv Vithlani, wie dir gerade gesagt habe. Und ich bin ein Student. Ich habe meine 12 Grade gerade erledigt und auch meine B2 erledigt. Und ich reise bald nach Deutschland.
Great. You can also give us a brief introduction in English for the listeners.
Yeah, so my name is Dhruv Vithlani. I have recently completed my 12th grade and I also got my B2 certificate. And I also have my visas and I'm flying to Germany very soon.
Great. So Dhruv, you come from a very interesting background. You came across Mañana in, I think, 11th grade.
Yeah.
Could you guide us through, when did you start thinking of going to Germany? And in that dream, how did Mañana fit in?
Yeah.
What has your experience been like so far?
Yeah, so at the beginning of my 11th grade, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do after my graduation. And there were a lot of options there for me, like JEE, and then there were a lot of private colleges in India. And I wasn't really aware about Germany as an option when I started with my 11th grade. But about 2 months into my 11th grade, I came across a big brother of a friend of mine who was actually studying in Germany. And he introduced me to this whole new prospect of studying. And after that, I was kind of searching for an institution who could help me through the process and where I could learn German. And that is where I came across Mañana. And yeah.
So when you were, first thinking about Germany, it takes a very specific type of student to decide, I want to study until B2 and I want to go for a Studienkolleg. Academically, you've also been a very scholar student from 10th grade onwards. Yeah. Could you give us a bit of your academic background and, why you decided to study B2 and go for a German top program? And why do you want to go for a Studienkolleg specifically and not, direct entry after +1?
Okay, yeah. So my academic background mainly consists that I have completed my 12th grade and I scored around 96.7% in it. I had 99% in physics, and I have always been quite fascinated by physics, and I have been wanting to pursue it as a career since I think the last 3 years. And the reason why I want to study in a German taught program is that I have read that the best professors in Germany for physics teach in German only. And the best universities with the best physics program also have those courses only in German. And the reason why I'm choosing to go and do a Studienkolleg there rather than 12+1 here and then going to Germany is that I do not want to jeopardize my bachelor's when I go there, and if I'm not ready enough, I'm not quite proficient in my German language. So I have that 1 year where I go to Germany, I study in a similar German schooling environment. I kind of get habituated to the whole German schooling environment. So that is why I've chosen Studienkolleg over in 12+1. Yeah.
Actually, I think it's quite a sound decision that you made going for a Studienkolleg because, as you mentioned, penetrating the specific field of physics without German proficiency is quite difficult. And, you can't build the same type of connection with the professors and the researchers if you don't have that language proficiency. A lot of the research projects that would have been available to you, won't be available. So especially, if you compare it to something that's more career, like a job focused or business focused, physics, it's a more research oriented field. So you have to sort of abide by their rules. in this whole dream, when you were thinking of it, how did El Mañana come into play? And, how would you describe our role in that dream coming to fruition?
It was a very big role, quite to be honest. So basically, when I decided to go to Germany for my bachelor's and my further education, I did not know anything about Germany as of yet. This was around about half of the 11th grade, when I came to you guys. So I did not know anything about Germany. It was when I met Janki ma'am, did I realize that there are a lot of bureaucracy that you have to go through. There is a lot of language requirements you have to meet, and the application process is a headache. So me being aware, it was because of you guys that I was kind of like, I got the real picture of how it is to going to Germany, and the learning of the language. So that was a
What was your experience like with the language in particular? Because you've learned until B2, and in comparison to a lot of the other students, you've finished at a very fast pace. Could you sort of give us an overview of what your experience was like at each level and with the exams and everything?
So in the beginning of the process, when I started my A1 levels, it was really difficult because it was a completely new language, and I was not really good with languages, and particularly. And when you start German, it's really daunting. It's really overwhelming. You cannot get your head.
It's not a very attractive language, also.
It's really bland, and so it was really difficult. But as I went through it and kind of stuck to it, it started coming to me, and now it's kind of comes to me naturally. So
after you finished the whole language training and test and this and that, you started the actual application process, and then the visa process and everything that came after. So you applied to a number of very highly ranked universities that were in your shortlist, and spoiler alert, you got offers from all of them. Could you run us through the universities that you had targeted, and why you were really looking for certain specific ones, as well as the entrance exams that you are going to be taking in the near future?
Going through the visa process, the application process, and the bureaucracy of it is a big headache. And so it's a really daunting process. There are a lot of requirements from the universities, very strict requirements, and that is where sir and ma'am helped me through the process, and kind of saw through that. I came across it, and I had offer letters and my visa with me.
If maybe we were to talk a little bit about sir and ma'am, like how would you describe in your words and from your experience Miss Ramani and Miss Maradia, like how have they been supportive to you, and how would you consider the guidance that they've given as something that helped you map out the path that you want?
So there are a lot of moments where I had needed their help, and they were there for me, but the most particular one was when I faced some visa difficulties along the path.
So a lot of students have finished their board exams very recently. What advice would you give from your perspective? Like how can students really plan out their studies abroad? What should they really consider if they're planning at all? And if there's any advice that you can give them on Germany, on Europe in general?
So the first thing that I'll suggest you do is that get clear on what you want to do, as in what field you want to get into, what career you're hoping to, kind of go into. So first thing that you figure out is that. For me, it was physics, but I was really confused between engineering and physics. So the first thing that is you have to figure out is your field. After that, you figure out your finances, that how much you have at hand to spend. And according to that, you start figuring out countries. If you go to a consultancy like Mañana, they already have experiences with these things. They know which countries, what advantages they have, what disadvantages they have, what are the actual budgets that you require. Because when you just look it up online, there are a lot of costs that come into place even after you are done with your visas.
Yes.
Even if you are done with your accommodations, there are a lot of extra costs that are not really reflected on the internet.
Yeah.
So Elma Nana knows these things because like they have been in the game for such a long time. So yeah, for me that was very helpful because when I came to ma'am and so yeah, they helped me figure it out, like where to go, how to go, how much will it cost, how
Yeah.
to do those things. So yeah.
And also, the way that we sort of work, it's very wholesome. Like we, have the students' input as well. It's not like you go here and you do this and these are the steps. Like you have your own agency. You can make your own decisions. It's really there's the career counseling, there's the guidance, there's the actual consultancy, the language. It's a very holistic approach to studying abroad, and that's also what I personally appreciate the most is like the student goes into it knowing what they're going to expect once.
And the best thing was the community about it. It's because ma'am and sir gave me a lot of contacts who were already in Germany, studying in a related field. Having gone through the same process as me. So that is really comforting when you talk to someone who has been through this process very recently.
It's called the Mañana family for a reason. Like that network, it's very helpful for the students. And once you have that there's a hurdle coming up, you can avoid it better rather than falling into the same trap that others have. Great. Right. It was very nice talking to you today, Dhruv.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure seeing your journey come to a close. I look forward to seeing what you're going to be doing in Germany after. As I mentioned earlier, it's the El Mañana family, so I know still we're going to stay in contact.
Obviously. And
whatever you're going to do after, I'm sure you'll make Sir and Ma'am very proud. Your mom's going to be very happy as well. Thank you very much. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.